Hi, welcome once again to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel, and if it's your first time, welcome. This is going to be a shadow work reading, okay? Is for the divine feminine, or any females who have tuned in to watch or listen to this reading today. You do not need to be on a spiritual life path or journey to watch this reading. Is for anyone. All right, it's just to help you. All right, in regards to doing your shadow work. All right, or if you are interested in doing shadow work. Now, if you've never heard of shadow work before, I'll just tell you briefly what it is. Shadow work helps us to gain inner wisdom and hidden knowledge about ourselves. We can then use that information to help us transform, okay, as well as to be more creative, okay, make better judgments about our lives, better decisions and life choices, and to help us gain power or more power over our own life, because our fate is in our hands. In other words, destiny is in our hands. Destiny is the end result of how we choose to live our life. All right. Now, this is going to be a general collective reading. All right. And whatever messages that come up, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And please don't forget to check the description box after this reading, because I'll put all the names of the crystals, books, decks that I'm going to be using for this reading today. All right, and please, if you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. And thanks once again for taking time to tune in to this reading. All right. And please, also, if you have a chance, please check the other readings I do for the divine feminine, okay, or any females who are interested in oracle tarot readings, as well as if you're interested in doing any form of healing work. All right. Thank you. Okay, before I use any decks and talk about the current moon phase we are in, I just want to say a prayer. All right, and I'm going to be selecting a prayer from this book. It's called Angel Prayers by Carl Gray. And I'm going to be calling on Archangel Michael, okay? Archangel Michael, heavenly host, I am so grateful for your light and presence. I welcome your energy into my life at this time. I surrender and release all of the fears I no longer need. I release all resistance, worries, and concerns to heaven, knowing I'm fully supported. Thank you, Michael, for cutting the cords that bind me to people, places, and situations. The road ahead is clear. I recognize that I deserve freedom and accept it from this moment forward. Only good lies before me, and I am protected by your light. I am safe, and so it is. All right, and this is. I just want to just tell you that if you are interested in working with the archangels or angels or any spiritual beings in the heavenly realm, this is a very good book. All right, and to tell you, just give you a little bit of brief information about Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael works with other archangels. Okay, Michael works with Archangel Ariel to provide us with the strength to be assertive and feel safe. Okay, he also works with Archangel Azrael and Zadkiel um, to help transmute and remove fear from our space or home. He also works with Shamiel to help us discern if our partner is being truthful, all right, as well. And Michael works with Zadkiel to help us overcome fears and phobias. So and and we can always call on him to help us to feel more secure, all right, and also to um cut anything or release anything that doesn't serve our higher purpose. So we can call on Archangel Michael to do so. All right, the current moon phase that we are in, all right, is the waxing crescent. Okay, if in case you're interested in moonology or moon astrology, all right, and the waxing crescent is a time for growth and expansion. It's also a period for creativity and enterprise, all right, and also we can use the waxing crescent moon to help or its energy, I should say, to help us to feel um, more secure, more confidence, also to help us plan, all right, ahead. Okay, if we want to bring our goals into fruition, all right, to bring our dreams into a reality because we are creators of our own reality, all right. The planet of the day. Okay, today, because today is the 4th of March, is a Tuesday, so the planet of the day is Mars. Mars energy, okay, helps us to assert ourselves, okay, and how we direct our energy, all right. Also, Mars, all right, is associated with the number 8, okay, and the crystal that you can use, okay, for Mars is Tiger's Eye, all right, and the moon sign element, all right, today is Earth. Okay, and if you are interested in working with the moon sign element and you want a crystal to work with that element, you can use smoky quartz. All right, and I'll just show you again. I'll show you at the almost, you know, like when I'm talking more about the crystals that you can use for shadow work. I'll show you the different crystals that you can use when it comes to working with the energies of the moon as well as the planet, okay, of today, and Mars, with and also the moon sign element as well. Okay, and just for your information, okay, Mars rules Aries. Okay, Mars rules the head and face. All right, and Aries energy rules the face and head as well. All right, and let me just see what else. Okay, and Mars energy is all again to do with action, our desires, our passions. It could also its energy can also bring about aggression, um, also competition, as well as courage. All right, just for your information, if you're interested in astrology as well as moon astrology or moonology, I should say. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do to keep the vibration and frequency high around this reading, I'm going to be using this deck. Is called Raise Your Vibration by Carl Gray. And I'm just going to ask our spirit team what positive vibe. Okay, so the vibe for the day or for the week, it says, my high vibes heal the world. Okay, my high vibes heal the world, because we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay, and one of or part of our mission is to help raise the frequency and vibration on this planet Earth. All right, that means we should be operating, okay, at a high vibrational or in a high vibrational energy or frequency. All right, and I'm just going to just quickly read more on this message, so please bear with me. Okay, it goes on to say, you are an incredible healer. The steps you are taking toward positivity and mastery aren't just healing you, they are healing the world. You are one with the world, one with life itself. What you do on the inside is what you are sharing with the outside. Just by being kind and loving toward yourself, you are living with high purpose or higher purpose. This card is a message to keep on going. Sometimes you question if you are doing enough or making a difference, and today the universe wants you to know you are. Didn't you set out on this path because you wanted to be a more positive person, maybe a better partner, family member, or colleague? That in itself was a noble aim that has made a difference. Now you are sending out a tidal wave of love that is reaching far and wide across the grid of the universe. You are an angel on earth, making a difference to your own life and inevitably making a difference to the world. Your very presence is a blessing. Wow, this is a very beautiful, positive message. And it says here, the vibe of the day, my inner healing is healing for humanity. My inner healing is healing for humanity. All right. Okay, so let's see what a spirit, animal, energy, okay, our spiritual team would like us to work with for today as we do our shadow work. Okay, so they would like us to work with the spirit animal energy of the wolf. It goes on to say, and it says her inner strength. It says, you may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. So we have what it takes, okay, to carry out our goals, to bring our goals into fruition, to make our dreams a reality. Okay, we just need to tap within in order to get that. If not, then we can always call on the divine, our higher power, or spiritual team to help us to gain that courage, that strength that we need in order to do that. Okay, so the spirit animal energy our spiritual team would like us to work with is this energy of the wolf. Okay. Okay, let's just quickly check on the energies around the divine feminine or any females who are currently watching or listening to this reading. Okay, so the first message here is from Archangel Gabriel. Okay, and then it goes on to say here, it's on a number 7. Okay, and 7 is in numerology is all about reflection, assessment, and knowledge, and it also represents um our higher purpose. And it goes on to say, seeds well planted, efforts or investments that will be rewarded in the future. So some of you might be planting new seeds now, and this is assurance from Archangel Gabriel that everything will go well. All right, and it goes on to say the need for patience. So we also have to be patient at this time, because patience is a fruit of the spirit. Okay, and they have a saying. They say patience is a virtue. Okay, it also says this is also a period of time for resting and planning for the future. All right, and also we shouldn't be overly worried about whatever seeds we've planted for the future. All right, so this message is from Archangel Gabriel. All right, so this is seven of earth. All right, and earth is all to do with pentacles in traditional tarot as the energy. Okay, so let's see um what second energy that's been. Okay, the second energy that's been picked up, this is from Archangel Jophiel. Okay, and it's got the star. The star is all about healing. It goes on to say, have faith, the future is bright, dreams come true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, the light at the end of the tunnel. So Jophiel's energy is around the reading as well. She's just saying that it's a time for healing, but we should also have faith in the higher power, the divine. Have faith within ourselves that everything is going to be okay, and also to trust the process. All right, and whatever challenges we are facing now, we will overcome them. But we just need to have faith, all right, and trust the process. Okay, and the star is Aquarius energy. Okay, okay, so let's see what else. Okay, they wanted me to take this one as well. Okay, and the next one is energy is, this one is from Archangel Ariel. Okay, it's nine of fire. Fire is to do with our passions and desires. And it goes on to say, protect what you have created. Okay, meaning to like to stand your ground, okay, on what you believe. It's also say also to prepare us to do so. Okay, if anyone is trying to oppose what we believe in, what we stand for, it says never give up. Ask your angels for help if you need their support. And it also said so some of you might be into well, if you want a spiritual or soul life path or journey or religious stuff, and even maybe if not, you might be interested in environmental issues. You might be taking part in environmental activism, and also animal rights as well. So, okay, so all right, so these are the energies that's been picked up. All right, so we have so three angels, archangels are around this so far. We've got Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Jophiel, and Archangel Ariel. All right. All right, so start off the shadow work. I'm going to be using this deck. It's called Shadow and Light Oracle, and it's by Selena Moon. All right, so I'm just going to check to see. I'm going to be selecting three cards from this deck to start off the shadow work. Just going to give it a bit of a shuffle and see what areas. So if maybe the first message somehow it doesn't resonate with your situation, maybe the second or the third. And something that you need to remember, that oracle or tarot readings is timeless, it's also non-gender. Okay, he can be a she and she can be a he. All right. So the first area, okay, that our spiritual team would probably need to want us to look into, okay, it says here rejection, maturing. So I'm going to read and see what that's about. Now it's on number 13. When you add the two numbers, it gives you a number 4. Okay, and number 4 in numerology can represent to do with stability, as okay. It could also mean structure. Okay, and it also represents manifestation. Okay, so let's see what the booklet has to say. It goes on to say rejection is something we all experience at certain times in our life, and it's a difficult feeling to deal with. It can cause tremendous amounts of pain if we don't learn how to embrace it. When getting rejected, it makes us feel inadequate, unwanted, and perhaps like we are a failure. It can cause us to fear trying, feeling scared of moving forward and pursuing what we really want. A common response is getting defensive and trying to stand up for ourselves, finding an excuse, or even trying to hurt the ones that made us feel this way. This is a vicious cycle that only creates more pain and hurt for both yourself and others. This card challenges you to rise above yourself and your instinct to push away the rejection and instead stand higher, knowing that rejection is not always a reflection of you as a person. Just because one thing didn't work out, it doesn't mean that the whole of you is wrong. If you can raise your head and see above this, you can find peace in maturing and knowing that a rejection is only a push in a different direction for the time being. Maturing can help you calm yourself down before reacting. Can you look the other way and break free from the cycle and find peace on the other side? Explore the rejections you've had and find within them what you are better off without. You don't need to prove others wrong. You don't need to prove yourself worthy or better. You just know that you are enough, and this rejection will lead you in another direction, and that is okay. All right. So here it just talks about, okay, that some of you might somehow feel uh rejected by someone or by a group of people. Okay, it could even be to do family members. So here is just telling us how we can deal with that if we feel that we've been rejected. Now it doesn't have to be something that you might be you've experienced maybe in your adult years. Okay, it could be something that you have experienced during your childhood. All right, and it's just one of the ways that we can, or things that we can do to help us to heal those wounds, those past life wounds. Okay, now the affirmation for this message, it says, you could say, I believe you could say, I'm confident enough to handle rejection. I do not fear rejection. It will lead me in a better direction. Because I think there's also saying, okay, that rejection is for your protection or something like that. Because sometimes we could feel rejected by certain individuals, certain peoples, but the universe is probably telling us, that yeah, that even though we feel that way, but it's better off that this we no longer associate with this person or whatever like that. Okay. So at the end of the day, the higher power, the divine, they know what's best for us. The Most High knows what's best for us. Okay. Now, one of the exercise or some of the exercises you can do or exercise you can do to help you, if for some reason you feel somehow rejected, it says use the latest rejection that you've experienced as an example. Journal on what happened, when it was, how it made you feel, and what your response was. Then answer what has happened after. And then it goes on to say, how would your life have been different had it not happened? And how is it different now because it did? What are the great things you have experienced and now have because you got rejected? Okay, because they also have a saying as well, every disappointment is a blessing. Okay, and then it goes on to say this can make you see that rejections are not always a good or a bad thing. It just creates different outcomes. All right, so this is a very interesting thing to know. All right, so I'm going to just select a second card from the deck to see what else they would like us to work on. Okay. Okay, it says shadow and light. Okay, though as from what I have learned that we all embody, okay, a shadow and light side, because the higher power, the divine, the creator himself has a shadow and light side. Okay, but it's all about balancing the two, all right, and somehow being control, all right, being control of the shadow aspects of our being, all right. Now, this is on number 6. Okay, 6 in neurology is all about communication. It could also be or represent cooperation as well as harmony. All right. Um, so maybe we need to balance these two to feel more harmonious within ourselves. All right. So I'm just going to um, again refer to the booklet to give us a better understanding of these words, shadow, light, or shadow and light. Okay, it goes on to say, life is a constant roller coaster. Nothing is permanent, and circumstances change all the time. There cannot be there cannot be any concept of light if darkness does not exist, and there couldn't be any shadows without the light. If the light was constant, we wouldn't appreciate it, and appreciate the we appreciate the dark only because we've experienced the light. This also relates to similar emotional concepts, not only literally. We all have light and darkness within us, light and happy thoughts, dark and depressing thoughts, light sides of ourselves that we'd love to show to other people, but also darker sides we prefer to keep to ourselves. Light, happy, positive feelings are easy to deal with, almost so easy that they can sometimes pass barely being acknowledged. Dark, sad, and negative thoughts and feelings can be harder to handle. Those dark thoughts might get acknowledged and result in suffering, or they might get ignored and pushed away to become less apparent in your life. However, pushing these feelings away and not dealing with them might cloud your happiness in the long term. This card encourages you to think about how you handle light and darkness in your life. Do you take the time to celebrate the bright moments enough and recognize what you have to be grateful for? And equally, how do you handle the darkness? Is it being recognized for what it is? Do you work through it, or are you trying to push it away? If you truly want to enjoy your brightest moments, be brave enough to explore what's in the shadows so you can blow away any upcoming dark clouds and enjoy the light again. And this is the whole purpose of shadow work, okay? Because shadow work, or right, as I said, is used to help gain inner wisdom and hidden knowledge, okay, about ourselves so that we can then transform, all right, to be a better version of ourselves, all right? Now, the affirmation for this message, for the second message, you could say it and believe. You could say, I see you, pain. I feel you, pain. I give you permission to move through. All right. So that's the affirmation. Okay. And the exercise you can do if you are dealing with this at the present moment, you could say so it's saying that the first step to moving through difficult emotions is to acknowledge them. Practice taking this first step whenever you realize there is some darkness that needs to be dealt with. Like any of the mantras, I notice that I feel, or come up with your own that works for you. Fill in the dots with whatever feelings you have noticed. If you don't know exactly what you feel, you can voice that too and just acknowledge that you feel something that is uncomfortable. You can either voice this in your head or write it down if it feels more helpful. Okay, so this is an exercise you can do, all right, if you somehow are trying to deal with your shadow side, or if you want to and it's quite helpful, okay, because this is the whole point, this is the whole reason why I've been guided to do a shadow work reading, all right, because all of us need to do some form of shadow work, all right. And so I'm just going to select one more card from this deck. Okay, and the last card, all right, and one of the areas, okay, that our spiritual team, the higher power, would like us to look into, all right. And as I said, whatever message that comes, please take what resonates and leave the rest. This one is says cherishing, okay, or suppressing, all right. It's on number 29. That gives you the master number 11. But again, in Tarot Oracle readings, you need to add the two numbers. That will give you number 2. And 2 in numerology is all about balance, partnership, and duality. Okay. So let's see what the booklet wants to tell us in regards to cherishing as well as suppressing. Okay. Okay, it goes on to say, instead of trying to forget things, what if you allow yourself to cherish the good parts of what was and perhaps even accept the bad things? Suppressing emotions and memories doesn't necessarily make them go away. The pain might go away temporarily, sorry, but every time the memory is triggered, you will relive it even more intensely. For example, after a breakup, it is common to get rid of all the things that remind you of that person. But what if you could keep a few things that you used to cherish and reassign meaning to them? Instead of representing heartbreak, could it mean something new to you? Gratitude that you moved on, happiness, remembering the good times, thankfulness for what it taught you, okay, because life is all about lessons, okay, and sometimes we learn these lessons through trial and error, okay, it's not a straight journey, all right, and some people come into our lives to teach us a lesson, okay, or even to teach that other person a lesson as well, all right, we all have to go through this karmic cycle, all right? And we just have to, whatever happened, whether it's good or bad, we should just see it as a form of way to learn to live. Because one of the things about spiritual growth is about learning um through our experiences, and also sharing, okay, and talking about it, all right, so that if we know somebody that's going through the same thing, that we could say, look, I've been in this situation before, and I won't advise you to do this or whatever. So it's very important, okay, because as I said, that life is to do with about learning, growing, okay, because we should be all living testimonies of what we've experienced, so we can then talk to people, all right, and to share our experiences, okay. And it goes on to say it's time to stop hiding and trying to forget the things that have been, only because they might have pain attached to them. It's time to open your eyes and see your memories for what they truly are, and rewrite the meaning and purpose of them, so you can move on with them and stop them from causing more pain. Know that it is okay to miss what was beautiful but no longer is. Things may have uh, turned out for the best, but that doesn't mean it was all for nothing and not worth feeling and remembering the joy of it. And it's also this message, about cherish and suppressing. It also helps you to bring some form of closure to whatever has happened. Okay, even if it was like to do with a relationship, or where there was a heartbreak. Okay, it's also to help you to accept what has happened, see like do some form of reflection about, to see where things went wrong, what you could have done better, what the other person could have done better, and to bring some form of closure. Okay, because as I said, it's life is all about learning from our mistakes in order to become a better person. Okay, or to transform into a better to transform into a better version of ourselves. Okay. And okay, so let's see. Okay, so the affirmation to the last message here, where it says cherish and suppress, and you could say, I cherish the beautiful moments that have been, and take the lesson with me of the things that caused me pain. Okay, you could say, I cherish the beautiful moments that have been, and take the lesson with me of the things that caused me pain. Okay, and an exercise which you can do if, okay, for some reason you are trying to heal from a painful situation or trauma, okay, and trying to bring some form of closure to whatever has happened. Okay, it says, find a belonging that you have kept that brings out mixed emotions for you, perhaps a gift from a loved one that is no longer in your life. Think about the memories it brings you, both the beautiful and the painful ones. See if you can neutralize the painful memories by giving them a different meaning. For example, it might bring you pain because you are no longer with the person that gave you this gift. But because of how things turned out, you might have learned something about yourself that can help you on your journey of love. Wow, this is such a beautiful, powerful message. In fact, I could feel it actually going into my soul right now. Wow. Okay, so um let's right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be using another deck. Okay. Um and I'm just going to select one card from this deck. It's called African Goddess Rising, and it's by Abiola Abrams. Okay. Okay. Can you believe it? Just reading the last message, it just made me start to cry, you know. Yeah, these messages were not only quite is not quite useful, but they're very powerful messages, you know. That's why it's just so important to do shadow work. Very, very important. Because, you know, maybe, you know, I'm just thinking how they probably will. I probably also had a lot of suppressed feelings myself. And, you know, by just reading this, and, you know, it's just helped me to relieve or release, I should say, whatever feelings there was buried inside me as well. So, you know, it's so important to do shadow work. All right, so let's see what African goddess is coming out for the divine feminine. Okay, so we've got okay, so um the African goddess, so god that's coming out for the divine feminine, is Queen Mother Nani. All right, it's on number 37. When you add the two numbers, it gives you a number 10. But then again, in oracle or tarot readings, because it ends on a zero, you have to remove the zero, and that gives you a number 1, which is all about new beginnings, new opportunities. All right, and at the bottom it says liberation. Okay, so by doing this shadow work, it also helps us or frees us, okay, from all these you know, hidden emotions, you know, feelings of being rejected. All right. All right, so let me just quickly read on this and just see. So let me see what other messages Queen Mother Nani have for us. Okay. Okay, so it goes on to say Queen Mother Nani of the Maroons was a spiritual leader, military strategist, and revolutionary. This Ashanti healer was brought to Jamaica in chains and escaped to lead rebellions. Nani helped to free over 800 enslaved people. Okay, and uh, Queen Mother Nani's guidance, she's saying, is break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. Okay, so you know, like she's here to encourage us to um free from any chains that is holding us down, okay, from preventing us from living and exploring our us our real life purpose, okay. um all right, bringing our dreams into reality, okay. And it goes on to say, you deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. Find your own personal liberation codes in your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Enjoying your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. Okay, because we are also here, all right, on this planet to live, you know, to carry out, not only to live our own, okay, to live our own life, but also to embody, appreciate, you know, those that were here before us who didn't have that opportunity, whose life was probably cut short. All right, so and by doing that, okay, it's also making our ancestors happy, because you know, because we have been given a chance, and with their help, and as well as the help of the divine to help us to fulfill our dreams, our desires, our passions, all right? Because that is going to help us to break free, okay, so that we can be our own person, our own individual, all right? Not copying other people or trying to be somebody else, but being our own person, our own, live to bring our, because spiritual growth is also about creating our heaven on this earth, all right? And that's what we pray for all the time, all right? And this is a very popular verse in the most popular prayer, okay, which was Jesus of 2,000 years ago gave to his disciples. Part of it, it says, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we're asking for a heaven to come on this earth, and it's up to us for us to bring that into reality. Because as I said, we are co-creators of our own reality. All right. And yes, and as I said also earlier, that fate is in our hands, destiny is in our hands, but it's all to do with the choices and the decisions that we make for our life, you know. All right. So the goddess declaration, okay, here it says, my dreams empower me. My dreams empower me. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's see what additional messages the universe have for the divine feminine or any females who are watching or listening to this reading. Okay. So I'm going to be using this deck, mystical wisdom. Sorry. Let's see what else. Just shuffle. Let me just give it a bit of a shuffle. Okay. On the card, it says letting go. Learn to let go. All right. So, and we can do this, okay, in order to help us to bring closure to certain events or things that has happened in our life, whether good or bad. Okay. So let's see. Okay, it goes on to say life is constantly changing. Nothing ever stays the same. People come and then they go. Some exit quietly without you realizing it, and some go with a loud bang. In the constant flow and changes of life, we get stuck with unhealthy habits, unhappy relationships, unrewarding jobs, unrealized dreams, and the like. You may have created an unhealthy attachment or bond to something or someone that no longer serves you in a positive way. You have the innate courage to acknowledge the situation and know that change is inevitable. It also brings with it newfound freedom and spiritual growth. Okay, and the mantra to help you, okay, and that's just a way to help you heal. Okay, it says that I am ready to free myself from situations that no longer serve me. Okay, it goes on to say I am ready to free myself from situations that no longer serve me. Okay, so again, it's a way to, as Queen Mother Nanny said, is a way to help free yourself so you can become a better version of yourself. Because as I said, life is all about lessons, learning lessons, letting go, moving on, healing. Okay, the process is also about healing, all right, as well. Okay. All right. So again, all right, I just want to go back to the crystals. If you are interested in working with crystals, um, and what I have also done is put the names of two books I'd like to recommend, which is written by the same author. So please check that out when you have time. All right. So I'm just going to show you a few that you can use to when if you're interested in working with the energies of the planets, the moon, as well as using or try to, or in other words, if you want to heal, okay, with crystals in regards to doing any form of shadow work. So I'm going to start with these ones first, okay, to do with the energies of the moon. All right, so some of the crystals that you can use when it comes to working with the moon's energy, the first one I'd like to recommend is you got Peach Moonstone. This one is Black Moonstone. This one is Rainbow Moonstone. And you can also use Clear Quartz, okay, to help absorb the energy of the moon. All right. Now, as I said, the planet of the day is Mars. All right. And if you want to work with Mars energy to help, and as I said earlier, okay, Mars energy, okay, is all about how we uh, how we um, assert ourselves and direct our energy. One crystal that you can use, all right, is Tiger's Eye to give you that inner strength. It's a very protective stone as well, okay, to give you that inner courage, all right, um, determination. Okay, if you lack this in order to achieve your goals, all right, and the moon sign element is earth, and this is a very good crystal. Okay, smoky quartz is a very good stone for healing. All right, any past life issues, wounds, is a very protective stone, and it can also help ground your energy as well. All right. Okay, and the ones for shadow work, I'll just show you a few here. Okay, so um this one is called Muscovite. Muscovite is very good, all right? If you want to do any form of shadow work, introspection about yourself, okay, this is Muscovite. This one is called Iolite. It's also a very good stone for the mind, all right? You've got Rutillated Quartz. This is a very good stone to help you let go of the past, or okay, or any past life trauma or pain, and also make you feel more positive about yourself. This one is called Labradorite. Okay, seen also as a stone of transformation, and also for new beginnings. All right, and be taking advantage of new opportunities. And it's also a stone that represents divine timing. All right, especially if you're on a spiritual life of a journey. All right. This one is called Lepidolite. It's also a very good stone, okay, for transformation as well, okay, and you can also use this for to do any sort of like healing as well. This one is called Snowflake Obsidian. Okay, and last but not least, which I would recommend for anyone to have, okay, when it comes to you should when it comes to any or doing any form of healing, is rose quartz. Okay, it's known as a stone for unconditional love, to help you love yourself, attract more friendships, more love into your life. All right, and it's also a good crystal for emotional healing. All right, so all right, so these are the crystals that I just wanted to briefly show you. All right, but I'll put the names of other ones as well as the ones that were shown just now. I'll put their names in the description box, so please check it out. Okay, as well as the books I would like to recommend if you are interested in working with crystals. Okay. Okay, so let's see what additional messages the angels have for us. So this deck is called Angel Therapy by Doreen Virtue. What's additional messages you want to connect? Okay, so you got the first one that came out is Heart Chakra. Okay, so the angels want us, archangels want us to work with the you know, like sort of maybe open, balance, cleanse, uh, the heart. Okay, the heart space. It says that the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Okay, because the journey, life journey, is should be about love. All right, love for your for the love for yourself, the divine, the higher power, and others. Let's see. Let me just shuffle what else. What else the angels would like us. Additional messages for the divine feminine as they carry out the shadow work. Okay, so we've got here ascended masters, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. Okay, so the energies around this reading to help us, okay, as we go along life's journey. Okay, so they are part of our spiritual team. All right, and let's just select one more. Message at this time. What's the potential message you have for the divine feminine at this time? Okay, it says here, I think this must be from Archangel Michael. It goes on to say, cancel, clear, delete. It says, use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. All right, so if you're hanging on to any negativity, it could even be to do with yourself. You can call on the archangels, especially Archangel Michael. You can call on his energy to help you, um, to help clear those energies, okay, to help you heal so that you can think more positively about yourself, as well as so that you can to help you cut the cost of anything that no longer serves your higher purpose. Okay, whether it could be to do with something or thing, it could be to do with a people, a person. All right, okay. All right, so to close this reading off, I'm just going to be using two more decks. So I'm going to be using this one. It's called Daily Crystal, to see what additional crystal our spiritual team would like us to work with. So let's see. Angels, what additional crystal would you like the divine feminine to work with? Okay. Okay, so the additional crystal that our spiritual team would like us to work with is garnet. Okay, garnet. And it says here, ignite your passion. And garnet is also a very good stone, you know, to help us through challenging times. It's also a good grounding stone as well. Um, it's very much connected to the, or I should say associated with the earth and root chakra. Um, so let me just read more on this crystal. It says there, ignite your passion. You need a little spice in your life. Light a match to kindle your fiery, passionate nature. The heated energy that comes from raw passion will fuel your sense of excitement in everything you do. Instead of succumbing to what at times can be the monotony of everyday routines, approach the people and projects in your life with enthusiasm and renewed vigor. This perspective will energize all areas of your life, including your relationships, career, challenges, and projects. All right, so we can use this to help us, you know, when we work, you know, when it comes to our projects, our goals, to help us to bring our goals into fruition. And the core questions, it says, what gets you out of bed in the morning? What lights a fire in your soul? How can you bring more passion to some of the less exhilarating parts of your day? Okay, and the crystal action affirmation, you could say, my inner fire brings passion to every day. Okay, my inner fire brings passion to every day. Today, do one thing or listen to a song that gets you fired up. Okay, so that's just a suggestion. Okay, the booklet um, is stating. All right, so they want us to work with the energy or power of garnet. All right, and I'm just going to use one last deck. It's called Self Awakening. Unfortunately, it doesn't really say who created this deck. All right, I bought it from a place called AliExpress. All right, so let's see. Let's give it a bit of a shuffle and see what mess. Okay, so the first one, it says here, okay, it says, trust my own instincts. Okay, that is the gut feeling, okay, which is very much associated with the third eye. Let's see what else. Okay, it says here, I am a person with love inside and I will release all negative energy. Okay, and let me just select one more to close off this reading. For the collective, that last message for the collective. I realize that there is no need to grieve for the loss of something. All right. I realize that there is no need to grieve for the loss of something because there's plenty more of wherever, you know, or in the world. Okay. So, and sometimes it's for the better. Okay. It's for the better. All right. We just need to have faith, trust in the universe, in our higher power, okay, to help us. All right. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. All right. And again, okay, as I said earlier, it was a shadow work reading for the divine feminine on any females who have taken the time out to watch or listen to this reading. All right, please don't forget to check the description box as well. And if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, or share, or just leave a comment. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you are in this world. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Thank you once again for your support. All right, and whatever you did in the past, what you're about to do now is much appreciated, and it does help the channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye.